Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project here on a Wednesday morning. That's right, middle of the week here, July 2nd. Boy, July 2nd. Wow, things are going fast. Wearing my Alzheimer's shirt today, the longest day. And, getting prepared for that in November, which will be here in no time, unfortunately, the way things are moving. But welcome to the Moose Minute Project. We are going somewhere fast and going somewhere probably not good. Curious to the people that tune into this, I'm friends with very few. I know a lot of people. I am friends with very few. Due to the fact that my stance probably doesn't fit along most. But my stance right now is, where the hell have we gone as a society to where we are going to treat human beings that are, yes, okay, I get some of them are bad. Okay, get it. But we have plenty of them in our own population as well. We got plenty of people that are absolute terrible people in our population. Mental health is not getting better, and needless to say, those that are in leadership in our country, their leadership by using mental standards is by far not adequate. And I don't think that those in charge should be able to hide their medical records. If you are in charge of what I have to pay to live in this country, we should be able to see your cognitive tests and all of that, because quite honestly, what we are doing as a country is complete asinine. And it is absolutely atrocious to watch people respond to the BS that we are putting people through. So our great president, Mr. Trump, went to Alligator Alcatraz. Anybody catching a glimpse of why we're calling Alcatraz? We want to reopen Alcatraz, and then now we're looking at an alligator Alcatraz in the middle of a swamp where we are going to send human beings. Okay? I don't care how they got here or why. They did not show up here. Not all of them showed up here to be gang members, to be whatever they are. Take that narrative out, okay? Most of them were looking for a better life because where they live is worse than Alligator Alcatraz. So we are going to look at boarding people in makeshift tents, steel beds, in the middle of a swamp in Florida, because that's where we're going to, it's a great place to deport from. Sooner or later, countries around the world are going to start probably confining Americans, and then Americans are going to have a holy shit fit because of how they're being treated. I remember when Brittany Griner got arrested for her whole marijuana thing. It was illegal in the country, for Christ's sakes. So it's not going to take much to get arrested and put into, and then there's going to be people, get them back, they're being treated so poorly. We live such a double standard life in this country. It is absolutely pathetic. We live such double standards that we talk out one side of our mouth about how we want everything to be better. On the other side, we say, it's not going to change probably. And then there are so many people that are praising for this whole illegal immigrants. Okay, no, they're just immigrants that are looking for better lives. They didn't fly in here to say, they didn't do the 9/11, those were people that weren't here. They were just, they have there will be terrorists coming, no matter what you want to say. And you know what? No matter how well you think you've got the border closed, the drugs aren't slowing down. No matter what you do there. But Alligator Alcatraz, we are now going to possibly put people there. And people are going to say, oh, that's great, that's great. They're illegal immigrants. Who cares? They're human beings. We should care. If you are a Christian flag waving person that says, oh, I'm Christian and blah, 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 and you are supporting the current regime, and I think your only stance would be, oh, because of abortion, because you cannot support Trump as a Christian. I'm sorry. You can't. There's no way to do it. Lying, stealing, berating, all of that is a sin as well, and a sin is a sin from what I was taught. So it doesn't matter. One sin does not trump the other one. There is, from what I was told, and those that have studied the Bible and done all of that, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a sin is a sin. And he is a sinner and never has once, ever, probably ever, prayed for forgiveness. And he is losing it all the time. My belief is that if you are doing everything in your power to be the best you can be and to make a place, you would be at peace more than you are. But when you have thin skin and you have to be the superiority, yeah, not good look. I see Elon might get deported now and everybody's like, woohoo. They were best friends. They messed with our money for a long time. But old thin skin, yeah, not going to take it. So you wonder why you haven't heard from the First Lady probably much? She could be on the next deportation too. So could the kids. See, that's where you have to be careful with the laws, and it's got to be worded right, because other people could be affected and sent to Alligator Alcatraz. Or who are you going to send there? We've already screwed up sending people to El Salvador that don't belong there. At least with an Alligator Alcatraz, it'll be easier to get them out when it's wrongfully done. And I don't care how pissed you are at me for reading any or listening to any of this. This shit's getting stupid. And then you wonder why young people are having mental breakdowns and everything else. Yeah, they're getting bombarded 24/7. When we were their age, at least we had pagers and bag phones where we couldn't hear all of this, and Cronkite was the only one that told us what things were going on, or Dan Rather was the only thing telling us what was going on in the world after it happened. You know, you didn't get the guy that starts a fire and shoots firefighters. Within an hour or 2 hours of it, it is nationwide and spread to who knows where. Shit has got to change where we, again, start to put other people first, too. Medicaid, Medicare cuts. Oh, Chris, they wouldn't do that. They're not going to. It's in the big bill. It will happen if it passes. And the Republicans are jumping off board as well because of those cuts. See, everybody was praising Mr. Johnson, Ron Johnson, for supporting, but his support wasn't necessarily because of the cuts to Medicare. He wanted more cuts, which means he would have been okay with the cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. But it wasn't about that. The rich are going to get richer and really rich. Why all of us pay for it. It's pretty sad to think about. We will continue to work, and all they're going to do is bump the artificial retirement age that is a moving scale. So it'll now go from 65 to probably 70, which is where it is now anyway. Most people are working past their 70s because they have to. They pay in all their life. Since they were 18 years old, they pay in and pay in and pay in. And you can't retire at 70 because, nope. And it could possibly go broke. And then we're going to add trillions of dollars to debt. This isn't a brain wizard. This doesn't take science, or it doesn't take being a rocket scientist or anything to figure out what is going on and who's benefiting from it all. And there is a certain president that is benefiting while he's in his position because of what he is doing. Yeah. If you are sitting there cheering about everything that's going on right now and thinking, yeah, it's all good, it's fine, it is not. And I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry that you feel that this guy is leading us to the promised land, because he's not. It is a sad state of affairs. I was in bed last night, sleeping by 7 o'clock, because my mind could not take any more. I mentally just absolutely wore out. I was functionally just done. And a lot of it has to do with the damage in my brain, but I was functionally done. There are so many pissed off people in this world about where it is, and yet there are so many uneducated people that can't do simple math or common sense to think and see where we are headed. So, it's a pretty sad state. Weather looks beautiful. Going to be for the next days coming for the 4th of July, and then next week looking great. All the farmers around here, I talked to quite a few of them this morning, all their crops are doing really, really well. But there again, they're seeing the writing on the wall too. Farmers are, about crops and beef and just what it costs to stay in this business. Cost of machinery has gone through the roof. It's insane. And you can sit here and tell me, oh, Chris, it'll get better, or it's not, and it's just, this is just how it is, Chris. If that's how it is, we're in trouble. Yeah. What bothers me the most is my kids that are 25, 26 through 30 can't become homeowners. Can't afford it. They're paying $600 to $800 to $1,000 a month in rent, and they can't afford it because of what, and they're working a ton. And they got to find jobs that pay 70, 80, 90,000 to do it. Just seems asinine to me. And the interest rates and everything else and the value of the dollar just has plummeted. I don't care what stocks do. You can make, if the value of the dollar keeps going the other direction, what difference does it make? The stocks are just a mind game anyway. So, buy low, sell high, whatever. It all just is a mind game, and it's played on whoever wants to make the twist in the day. So, it's pretty sad. I have to end on a positive note, which is that November 8th, I will be raising funds for Alzheimer's. That's where my mind is set on. So, I'm going to end with this because it's I just think it's and I don't read these ahead of time, so we just kind of experience what it is. So, we'll go with this one, because it's about get your mama. That's what it is here in the story of the old healing through humor, because I need a little bit of that today. A family from the hills was visiting the city and was in a mall for the first time in their lives. The father and son were strolling around while the wife shopped. They were amazed by almost everything they saw, but especially by two shiny silver walls that could move apart and then slide back together again. "Pa," asked the boy, "what's that?" "The father never have seen an elevator," responded son. "I don't know. I ain't never seen anything like that in my entire life. I ain't got no idea. While the boy and his father were watching in amazement, an old lady walked up to the moving walls and pressed a button. The walls opened, the lady walked between them into a small room, the walls closed, and the boy and his father watched the small circular numbers above the walls light up sequentially. They continued to watch until it reached the last number, and then the numbers began to light in reverse order. Then the walls opened up again, and a gorgeous, voluptuous woman who looked to be in her 20s stepped out. The father, not taking his eyes off the young woman, said quietly to his son, "Boy, go get your mama." Yep, there we have it. Need a little laugh every once in a while. And just want to thank everybody for riding along. We are over 250 videos now on YouTube. And doing this every day does a lot for me. And whether you listen or you think I'm full of crap or I don't get what I got going on, it's okay. It's all good. It just helps clear, like I said. I fell asleep last night at 7 o'clock. I was up at 4:30 this morning. And, yeah, that's how life works. It just is what it is, I guess. But I'm going to make one day, I have promised myself, and I made a commitment to my mom that one day I would make a difference in something. And my Alzheimer's Foundation stuff that I'm doing and raising the money is part of that. So we'll go from there. Thank you all. Appreciate you tuning in to the Moose Minute Project. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project. And as always, take time to bless somebody's day today.